Slasher got a rework last Halloween update, and I want to check out how good this tower is. Now, I've seen videos of him being used in game, and as the night one guy would have said, I want to try this guy out for myself. So you're gonna go play survival on Molten mode. Now, Molten mode might seem like an odd choice because it's a super easy game mode, but believe me, Slasher needs this game mode. On any other game mode, this tower would have just instantly died if we don't have anything else. I won't go into super detail about every level, but the first thing you will notice is the Slasher is expensive. It costs 1,500 to place. Slasher used to be a tower which you could use in the early game because it was cheap. Now, you cannot do that. Now, given the stats he has, 6 damage every 0.4 seconds, you know, the price is understandable. But it kinda sucks that he can no longer be used in the early game. Given his stats, this guy should be able to spam kill pretty much anything. Yeah, as expected, he just spam kills everything. This guy on level 0 is probably the most cost efficient level there is on Slasher. I am not joking when I say this. This is the best level of the Slasher. There's a mechanic of critical hits on Slasher. Every third hit, he does more damage, kinda like Warden. He does critical hits. Now, it's only like 2.5 times more right now. It does increase depending on the level. Now, another unique thing is the bleeding he gets on level 2. Now, bleeding is a little weird, because the enemies will not take any bleeding damage while they're being actively attacked by Slashers. Slasher is one of 5 melee towers in the game. Now, to explain every single one of them pretty fast, Gladiator is damage and crowd control, Sledger is damage and freezing enemies, Warden is damage and stunning, same as Brawler, and Slasher seems to be just purely focused on damage. However, Slasher doesn't get any stun immunity at all. So as a melee tower, when he gets stunned, that's like, he's gonna be useless. That's one bad thing about this tower already. Here comes the slow boss, and as you can see, he has bleeding of 10 right now, 27 bleeding. He loses 18 health every tick. But look how slow it is. By the time he loses all the bleeding, he will probably be like here. And he has to survive long enough. And look at this. If I get this guy, he stops bleeding. He has to get out of range. And now it only did 6? What? Another thing with Slasher that is kinda bad from what I've seen is how expensive it is. It costs 32,000, almost 33 to max him out. Look at this tiny range. He has no stun immunity, no stun resistance like Gladiator does or any other melee tower. It just makes the tower much, much worse. And you will see that on the final wave, believe me. Breakers, uh-oh. Oh, that's a big uh-oh. Oh my goodness, this guy struggles with breakers so much. Holy moly. And the bleeding is not helping either. They're just leaking through. This guy doesn't have anything going for him other than damage. So the Mystery Summoner, I think this is gonna be one type of enemy who will actively see how much DPS this guy can outperform. If he reaches 30, how much damage did that bleed do? No idea, to be honest. Okay, let's see closely. No, that didn't deal even 1000 damage. You know, I'm not sure exactly how the redeeming the bleeding works. It just seems to do like flat out damage. That's kinda lame. Bleeding isn't that great of an effect. It's really just, it is super forgettable at this point. It is just a cosmetic. It just, at the end of the day, it just does more damage. I want to showcase the bleeding on the Molten boss, because the more health the enemy has, the bleeding is better. For example, this guy... Oh, that's... He only closes 25 every second. Really? What about Molten boss? Wow, that was like 63 damage, right? And the bleeding redeemed, and it only dealt... Also, look how laggy TDS is. What is this? Look at this lag. Let me pull up my FPS. What? This game should not be this laggy. Look at this. I've seen people with the same issue as well. Yeah, the bleeding only deals 63 right now. And when it reaches 30, it barely does 1000. He has 70,000 health. The bleeding should do more. You know, at this point, I think you guys get the point that Slasher is not good. Like, if you were to put him on a tier list, he would probably be like a D, a C tier. Like D or C. I don't see him being any further. But anyways, that's about it. This tower, at this moment, sucks. It sucks so much. Anyways, see ya.